Hello, everybody. Welcome back to College Football 25. We are here once again. Here's your recruiting update. We are here in the top one or two schools for a lot of recruits on our board. We've been locked out of a couple. We lost a 3-star recruit who we were 4th on his board here, not in his top 3, unfortunately. And then we lose another 2-star recruit to San Diego State. So our program tradition has also increased, so the school seems to be getting just a little bit better. We only have a couple players that really don't matter at risk of transferring, so I'm not too worried about that. Marlon Dean gets himself Player of the Week honors in the conference with his 2 sacks and 5 TFLs and 1 tackle. So another good day, or good week for him, rather. That's probably the second or third time I think he's been selected for Player of the Week and Conference Player of the Week. So good on Marlon Dean, making his name heard around the country. So we have a bye week here, and this is interesting. So we're going to move ahead into the next week here. We do get 3 recruits, 2 2-stars and a 4-star outside linebacker. So we are beefing up a little bit here, and we've reached the top of a lot of other recruits, 3 and 4 stars. We've lost a couple. So we lost a 3-star quarterback to Washington State, and we've been locked out of a 4-star running back, unfortunately. But we are still doing really good on the recruiting end of things here. A couple gems as well. Not a ton, but we have a couple, and we're slowly building this recruiting class, slowly but surely. And it looks like we can, at the very least, keep the team about as competitive as it is this year, which if that's the case, I mean, dude, sky's the limit, because we only have 1 loss. But today is going to be a huge game against Hawaii, and if you notice, our record has changed a little bit, and that is because, and I will show this at the end of the video, our schedule, but I decided, I was like, you know what, dude, we're starting to win these games by quite a bit, so I was going to try and mix in some sims and some gameplay just to try and maybe make the record a little bit more believable, because I didn't want to believe that in our first season as head coach we had to coach a 1 or 2 loss season, but we have a lot of recruits visiting in these last couple weeks of the season, so it's kind of important that we win these games. So I'm like, let me see if I can play and see if I can win these games, and that was after I simmed like a game. It was a game against Washington State, so that is the game that we were going to I'll show you at the end of this video in the schedule. But we have a huge game here against the Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii, who were 4-6 coming into this game at Maverick Stadium in Logan, Utah, and already we were kind of cooking with a huge gain to Brock Lane, our tight end. But the first quarter is going to come to a close, and neither team is going to find the end zone. So you see Hawaii with negative 13 yards. That is because we have been all over their quarterback sacking-wise. He's been sacked probably 2 or 3 times, so that is why that stat is the way it is. But on a 3rd and very long here inside the red zone, Petrus is going to try and dial something up, and we uncork a deep ball to the back of the end zone. I believe the Jack Esteros, who we tried to find, but there was just too many Hawaii defenders in the end zone that we couldn't really find a clear lane, and that's going to be another interception for Spencer Petrus. He had 2 pretty bad ones last week, and that one's pretty bad. That one is also pretty rough to start off this game. So, but we force Hawaii to a 3rd and 8 here at the 50-yard line, smack that middle of the field, and the pressure is going to get onto the quarterback, and we're going to get lay the lumber down onto him, but he manages to dump it off, and this Hawaii receiver finds some open space here. We missed the tackle, and he gets all the way inside the 20, so Hawaii has a new lease on life. Now they're going to go with the screen pass, and we cover that one very well, as it's Pearson who manages to get the tackle. So Hawaii's going to bring out the kicking team to try and knock home the chip shot, and they manage to do it. So 3-0 is your score late in the first half, man. That is how this game is going. So, you heard me mention how we need to win these games because we have recruits visiting, and yep, Hawaii's playing us pretty close, man, so it's going to be pretty tough. The whole weight of our recruiting class could shift if we do not manage to win this game against Hawaii today at home, so keep that one in the back pocket as we go further on into this game. So with about 2.5 minutes left to go here, we are on offense again. We're going to give it to Briggs Jr. all day. Plenty of space, outruns one defender, and no one is going to catch this little guy. He's got plenty of speed. It's a foot race to the goal line, and he gets into the end zone, and we got ourselves our first touchdown of the day, and that's more like it. That's more of what we want to see from our offense. That's what we were doing last week in Wyoming, and then the week before that back here at home against New Mexico, and it's for some reason it's just taken a while to wake up against Hawaii. So maybe Hawaii's got a certain game plan that I'm unaware of that I don't know about. So, but this is a beautiful run play by Briggs Jr. He's got the speed, man. Faison, I think, has the moves. Like, he's got the moves, and I know that Briggs Jr. has a little joystick icon, so I think he might actually be a little bit more agile, but that just seems to be how I use him a little bit more, But either way, it's a 4th down for Hawaii. They need 1 yard to go, and they're going to get that and a little bit more as we completely whiff on the tackle. And he gets brought down at about the 30-yard line. So with under a minute left to go in the half, we send the kitchen sink, and Hawaii's got absolutely no answer for it, and it's a humongous sack. So on 2nd and 16 now, they're going to blow a timeout, I believe, and they're going to go for a deep ball and wide open into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Wide open. Oh, my gosh. And, man, this number 7 is just killing us, man. Just absolutely killing us. Is he's got 2 pretty massive plays for Hawaii in that one. I mean, that was just a beautiful read by Hawaii, man. Just a beautiful play on offense. He just had a good step on his defender. Just, just a little bit of a step. And that one was just laid perfectly into the breadbasket. So 10-7 is now your score, and Hawaii with another opportunity before the half is over. And, dude, absolutely puts in the spin cycle. Did you see that? He got freaking spun around like a top. But Hawaii's going to call a timeout, and I thought they were going to bring out the kick unit, but no, they're going to try and get maybe another 5 or 10 yards, maybe try and make this one a little bit easier, or maybe get into the end zone, but their quarterback's going to roll out and take a sack back at midfield. So that's going to take them out of field goal range, and the clock is going to hit triple zeros, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So pretty piss poor clock management by Hawaii as they managed to get themselves within striking distance of maybe some more points, but they were trying to get a little bit too close to the sun, and things did not work out for the Warriors. So they come up empty-handed, and 10-7 is going to be your score. And, man, we need to see a little bit more happen on offense, man. I'm a little bit disappointed with such poor output, and I think we've just struggled to really pass the ball efficiently. I just don't think we've done all that well. Moving the ball like we have in the last couple weeks, man. Our offense has been on another level, in conference play. But Hawaii seems to have our number, man. I remember playing this game, and it was just a tight one. We just couldn't seem to find an opening in Hawaii's defense and just, kind of lay down the points and the big plays like we have recently. So here in the second half, we're going to give it to Briggs Jr. again, shaking off some defenders and using that speed to get into the secondary, brought down inside the 25-yard line. So it looks like we can still run the ball relatively efficiently as we give it to Briggs Jr. again, and that wide open gap closes up pretty quickly, and he is brought down after picking up about a handful. So on 2nd and 6, we're going to go with the fake jet touch pass and give it to Faison, who gets to the first down marker and picks it up. But we get stopped by Hawaii and are facing a 3rd down, so we're going to try and get this one through the air, and it's dotted to the corner of the end zone to Colby Bowman, and he hauls this one in for the touchdown. So finally we were able to break through passing-wise just a little bit as we find Colby Bowman just on a nice little route to the corner of the end zone. Timed that one up perfectly, dotted that one. Yeah, it's good to see. I need to see more of that. For some reason, we haven't seen too much of that from Spencer Petras today, but he comes through in a major way in this game. So beautiful pass. Look at it. Look at it soar. Look at it soar. Boom. Look at there. 3 defenders in the vicinity. Just perfect timing. Love to see it. So 14-10 is your score. We finally have a lead over the Rainbow Warriors. I'm going to say Rainbow Warriors. But Hawaii is moving the ball relatively easily. As again, man, number 7, Richards, was that his name? Dude, he's just killing us. Just absolutely killing us. And it keeps showing us Hawaii's quarterback. I'm guessing the yards this season. I'm guessing that's a single season record, perhaps, for Hawaii. I can't imagine it is. But I don't know. They keep flashing that screen, so I really don't know. He's got over 3,000 yards. Maybe that's why. But either way, Hawaii now is still moving the ball relatively easily as they get inside the goal line, inside the 5. To pick up a first down, or first and goal rather. So it's going to be goal to go for Hawaii with just 30 seconds left to go in the half, or in the third quarter rather. And so the quarterback's going to roll out, and he easily could have just ran for it if he wanted to, but I guess he's not a scrambler, so he just throws that one out of bounds. So 2nd and goal now, the quarterback's going to step back, stand firm in the pocket, and sitting probably about a yard or two off as our defender. And there he is again, man. There he is again. Just catching that one. Oh, it's McBride is his name. Sorry, I called him Richards. I don't know why I called him Richards, but McBride has been the one who's been punishing us. We can't seem to cover him really much at all. I don't know why. We just can't lock him down. But Hawaii's offense has been moving just well enough to keep themselves in this game. So they are finally going to take another lead over us late in this ball game, but there is still a lot of football left to be played as the third quarter comes to a close. 17-14 is your score going into the final frame. Take a look at the rankings. Utah falls to 3 somehow, even though Michigan has 2 losses, and I don't know. I don't know. I was hoping that would be fixed with this game, but I guess not. I guess you could still expect that kind of nonsense to still happen. So we hand it off to Briggs Jr., who gets another beautiful pickup. I don't know why he's the one getting all the pickups, and Rasul Faison is nowhere to be found, but I think it's the formations that we're probably using. But either way, we're efficient running the ball, but we need to be efficient passing the ball as we send this one to Brock Lane, and that one is covered very, very well by Hawaii's defense. That defender lays his body on the line, basically, to make that stop, and he does a great job at it. So on 4th and 8 now, we keep the offense on the field. This is probably a controversial pick here. Probably should have just taken the field goal, gotten the points, but I've been kicking very badly all season long, so I didn't really trust myself, and our offense hadn't been moving at all in the second half, really all that much, so I was just desperate to get a first down. I'm like, dude, we can get a first down. Let me prove that we can get a first down. And I couldn't prove it. And then on 3rd and 13, we needed a huge stop, and we don't get it. So Hawaii now gets not only a fresh set of downs, but they flip the field and are now in Aggie territory after a humongous defensive breakdown by our secondary. We gave the quarterback all day to throw, and he finally made a decision. So play clock winding down, he makes a decision, and that one is covered very well and broken up. So 3rd and 10 now, we need to come up with another 3rd down stop and get the Warriors off the field, man. And the pressure's on to the quarterback, and the contact gets made, and he just gets rid of the football, and that one goes out of bounds. And so we come up huge on defense, and we have plenty of time. So the field goal decision has been wiped off. We're okay now. Okay, I've wiped it away. So Jack Estera gets a nice catch here, and we get closer to midfield. Spencer Petras is dropping back now. He's got plenty of time to make a good throw. We're going to dump it off to Rasul Faison, the running back, and he's going to get close to the marker. So it's 3rd and inches. We just need to pick up a little bit. We're going to try and throw for here, a screen pass, and it takes just a second too long to set up, so before I can get rid of the football. So 4th and inches, we're going to give it to Rasul Faison to pick it up and keep the offense on the field, and he does just that. So this game potentially resting on that play, we do manage to pick it up. So, but we do get stopped by Hawaii again on 3rd and 10. We're going to go for another screen pass, and again, we can't get the pass off before the contact is made. So 4th and 10, we're going to keep the offense on the field again, and we're going to go for a deep ball now, and that one is covered very well by Hawaii. I saw him there, but I thought I might be able to float it over his head, and I couldn't. So 3rd and 10 for Hawaii. They're trying to run some clock out, and they cannot do it. So we get down to about 50 seconds or so left in the game before we call timeout off the punt. We lose a little bit more time, but so it's going to be 1st and 10. We got a good distance of the field to go, and Colby Bowman cannot haul that one in as he drops it. 2nd and 10. Spencer Petras drops back, uncorks one to the corner here to Brock Lane, and he can't haul it in as he was in position to make that catch, and he couldn't do it. So 3rd and 10 now, just 30 seconds left to go. We go across the middle of the field and find, I don't know what receiver that is. We haven't thrown to him all season. That's a new face. But either way, we get the 1st and 10, and we're going to try and go for the home run ball. Maybe if I lobbed that one, dude, that would have been gone. That would have been all the way there to Colby Bowman. So under 20 seconds now, we uncork this one to the right side of the field again, and we find Brock Lane, and we're going to try and run the hurry up and run one more play to get close. And so we find again now Colby Bowman, who makes the catch and gets brought down. 4 seconds left to go, and I couldn't find the spike button. I didn't know what it was. So we're going to get to the line of scrimmage and try and call up a play, and time runs out. I didn't know what the spike button was. It wouldn't pull up the prompt. I didn't know what it was. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what it was. And we could have potentially maybe at least tied Hawaii. We did everything we needed to get inside field goal range, get inside Nimrod's range to end this game, or at least tie it. And I just, because of my ineptitude as a player, that game was a complete disaster. I take full responsibility. I take full responsibility. And we get our 2nd loss of the year, and it's at the hands of the 4-6 Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii. Can you believe it? So we have 2 losses of the year. One is to Utah, who's 3rd in the country and 9-0. And then our second one is against a losing Hawaii team. After both teams are held scoreless in the 4th quarter, mind you. And look at this, man. Look at the stats. We outplayed Hawaii in every metric. I don't know how he lost this, man. I mean, I know how. I play like an idiot, but I mean, just saying, like, I don't know how this game was just so much more difficult than the other games. You would have thought this result would have been what we got from the New Mexico game, but no, dude, we washed them. So I have no idea how this all just completely went to shambles as quickly as it did, but I am upset. Nonetheless, I am upset. So hopefully you are not as upset. But look at that, 15 for 34. Spencer Petras, probably his worst game, just period, since we've started doing this. Briggs Jr. has an amazing day at the office, 129 yards and a touchdown. Probably should have just ran every single play and not even tried to throw it, but we did. So that it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna try and just look past and just try and forget that I ever played such a terrible game. So we'll focus back now, and we get a commit. Brett Fair from Salt Lake City, a left guard. He commits to the squad. He's a 2-star, and we also get a 4-star recruit, a tight end, a 4-star tight end. So here's the update, the recruiting update. And because we lost that game, remember I told you to put a pin in it, we had a bunch of visits. Everyone selected to go somewhere else. We lose out on so many 3 and 4 stars, dude. Oh, we needed to win that game so bad. We needed to win so bad. Our winning streak is snapped, man. We managed to beat Washington State by a point, mind you, so that was a pretty intense game that I simmed through, but I do decide to just play the rest of the games, just finish out the season. I might sim a little bit more in the second year, maybe, try and funnel in some more losses or something like that. If we do, we might win those games too through simming them, which is fine, but now, this is the big game, worth all the marbles. This is potentially for the Mountain West Conference here. We haven't looked at the standings yet, but San Diego State is 9-1. They are ranked in the top 25, so this is a massive game. So I need everybody here at Maverick Stadium, man, for this next game, because it's going to be a huge one against the Aztecs of San Diego State.